Good morning, good afternoon, or good evening, wherever you are. I want to welcome you to Supernatural Saturday. And today I have a delightful surprise came to me today, being by the name of Sanat Kumara, who is an ascended master from about 130, 140 years ago. Beautiful soul, very peaceful, tranquil, wide open energy. He presents to me just as this clear, open space, just complete openness. There's no sense of judgment, just a pure state of openness, love, acceptance. And they come to me in the funniest places, in the funniest times. This morning came to me just as I'm about to hop out of the shower this morning. And he said to me, "You are here because you are needed. And this is what people need to be reminded of today. You are here because you are needed." And that's a really important understanding to have for ourselves, that we're here because we're needed, that this world needs you. It needs what you have to offer it, and it needs you to take responsibility for what it is you have to offer. When he explained that to me, he says, you have these specific talents. Everybody has special talents that are unique to their individual expression. They can work individually or in groups. They can ascend high or low in consciousness, but every single human soul on this planet has a reason for being here. And when he put it in that language and said, "You're here because you are needed," you sit and you look, what ways do I make myself useful to the world? How do you develop the skills you need to be feeling like you are not only needed, but you are an essential component of human existence? He says it's very simple to come to the understanding if you begin to take actions that sustain and improve the quality of your life and the lives of others. And he's very emphatic about that. That's important that you understand you're here because you are needed, and you must learn to improve the quality of yourself and how you affect other people. Very important. How do you affect yourself by your thoughts, your words, and your actions? Do you treat your body like it's a temple of light and love? He says that's what it is. You are a temple, a node, if you like, of infinite love, expressing through a finite point of time and space. And you can expand your ability to express that, or you can contract your ability to express that. Most of you are in a state of contraction, or at such a state of contraction that you think you are not able to be of any use to others. But the reverse is true. You have to first become useful to yourself. Treat your body with love and respect. Treat your mind with thoughts that are delicious and delightful. Treat your future with love and excitement, for you are creating it now. You are creating your future now. You just have to understand that you cannot create that which is before. It has already happened. But many of you try to replay what was before, and you end up dancing the same dance and getting tired and bored and getting frustrated or angry or disappointed. You are here because you are needed, but you need to become useful. You become useful by honoring and respecting your body, respecting your mind, and taking actions that sustain and support life within you and around you. Your ability to cultivate that skill is essential to identifying that which it is you are here to do. Um, it's important, we really get to a place where you do honor this thing, this temple. The body has very fundamental needs: eat, sleep, procreate. It's a very simple mechanism. And we put complexities onto our body that it doesn't need. The wrong food, poor activity, no grounding, we don't put enough water in the body. And it puts the body into a state of stress. And when your body's in a state of stress, it's very difficult for you to function in an enlightened way, in an uplifting way, in an empowering way for yourselves or other people. So he stresses it's important to make your body a clear temple so that your light can shine through. When your light shines, you will see where you need to go. You will see the path before you when you are enlightened, he says, enlightened. He says that's about that. Another way to say that is to be in light. And being in light is to be consciously operating from a vibrational frequency that we call love. And there are many different degrees of this love. There are some of us that express that love at such a high degree that we affect and impact lives of people in very profound and simple ways. Just by our presence, we can affect your energy and lift you up to that light. But you must seize the light within yourself and shine it out. We are only here to remind you of that which you are, so that you can be that which you are, to pull back the veil of your acquired self and see what's right in front of you here and now. It is not before, it is here and now. And what is here and now is truth. What is here and now is you. What is here and now is your light, your love, the being that is you. Can you feel that? Can you go into that place where you are not thinking about who you are being, but you are being? And then that being determines what you are thinking. Many of you are stuck in thinking your thinking is you, and it is not. You are the one that determines these thoughts and these actions. It's important you understand this. He's saying at this time in your creative history, and I stress to you, it is your creative history, for you are creating all of you with your thoughts, all of you with your feelings, all of you are creating. There is none of you in this realm that is not creating. All of you are creating. The question becomes, what will you choose to create? What will you choose to be that will be creative? For how you feel and how you think are the fundamental tools that this form utilizes to manifest non-physical realities into the dimension that you call matter. It is important you understand this, and more important that you learn how to execute that process deliberately and intelligently and mindfully. It's very easy if you take the steps. Some of you say it's so hard to stop drinking, it's so hard to stop smoking, it's so hard to stop caffeine. Many of you say this, and you are creating that hardness. Every time you say it is hard, you make it hard. Oh, it's so hard to stop eating that processed sugars. You make it hard. Why do you do that? You are creating that. Decide that it can be easy and then just stop. And your body, of course, will want to do it again because it wants that. You've taught it that. You want to get out of that. Learning to love and honor and cherish every molecule of your body is even in a single thought of like, I love myself, and not the type of love that's like self-centered. When you say, he's saying, when we say, I love myself, we are inclusive of all of the creation. We are inclusive of all of the creation. For I am that I am. And from this perspective, if I love and honor myself, I will naturally love and honor you as you would others if you truly loved who you are. You would not be reflecting on who you are, you would be being who you are. Reflecting on who you are can get you caught in ego. But when you are being who you are, you will emanate and radiate a light and a love. And you won't turn it back on yourself because you have an unlimited supply to give it. It's really important that you understand that getting rid of addictions, getting things out of your life that do not serve you is only as hard as you keep telling yourself it is. You come to a place when you can truly, deliberately, and intentionally say, no, I'm not going to drink that drink. I'm not going to drink that caffeine. I'm not going to consume processed sugars. I'm not going to eat dead, devitalized food. You come to a place where you can literally say enough. And this body has to comply with you. This is what boggles my mind, and it boggles all their minds. Like, How can you believe that this instrument that does opens and closes its fingers for you, it walks around for you, it turns, it jumps up and down for you, it does everything for you at your request. So here you are, you're pouring your caffeine into the body. I drink water, not caffeine. And you're pouring your caffeine in your body, and you think, oh, that is so good. And the body believes from that point forward, it is so good. Oh, it's so hard to stop doing it. And the body believes it's hard to stop doing it. And it complies with your commands. Watch what you're telling yourself. Caffeine is a diuretic and it's an amphetamine, one of the most widely used amphetamines on the planet today. And I walk by, we got a Starbucks in the corner of the building we're in, and I literally watch people running to Starbucks, and they come out and they've got their coffee in their hands and they're satisfied with their coffee. But it's not the coffee that's satisfying them. It is the artificial stimulation that gives them a false sense of elation, a false sense of energy that's slowly actually knocking the body down step by step. He says, most of you don't understand that these things take your life from you, and you're here to give life and to give it more abundantly. Can you be more precise about that? He's saying, if you knew what your service was, if you were aligned to love, you would have no doubt about what you could do. If you were totally aligned in integrity with your body and your mind, you will know what it is the world needs from you, what you are needed for, because you are here because you are needed. You will understand that. But if you are doing things that are harming you, that is not needed in this world anymore. You don't need to harm yourself. You don't need to harm others to acquire what you want. You are feeding more people. You are prospering more as a species than ever before in your history. And you still think you need things. But you need to be who you are and express that and come from a place of more giving. And the multitudes of you that do so are the ones creating these innovative ideas that provide more food and more shelter and more clothing. And all of you are focusing on what you don't have and what you don't need, and you're getting more of it. But you can simply change your focus. Simply change your focus to what is really needed. Health is needed. Love is needed. Exercise is needed. Playfulness is needed. Kindness is needed. What is really needed? Does your body need toxins put in? Toxins are not needed. It's a fascinating thing what we have available to us in terms of technology today, the people resources, the light workers that are coming out en masse through social media and other multimedia platforms. It's profound how much wisdom and knowledge is pouring forth into the world to bring us all up. And those of you who are watching, we're all part of this. Every one of us is a part of this. When you want to communicate with these beings, they're available to you all the time. And there's no time or place that they will not come in to communicate with you if you're open enough, if you're sensitive enough. And you have to cultivate a level of sensitivity to be able to really hear properly. And when I say hear properly, I mean to hear truth, not fear, because a lot of people's ears are bent towards hearing fear. Television, radio, a lot of things are designed to put out fear. More and more things are coming out now to put out love. You want to avoid the things that feed fear. You want to feed your love. You want to feed love inside, and you want to feed love outside. Yes, we're going to do that shortly. I'm just going to see where we are time-wise, because I want to make certain we do the 1 billion strong process today. It's in about 15 minutes. So we're gonna take some questions right now before we get to the meditation. Remember, you are here because you are needed. This is the phrase he clearly spoke to me this morning, that he said, well, this had to be covered. So how can you identify what it is you are needed for? And I think that's the avenue that he would like to go down, is, let's explore discovering what you are needed for. Let's explore letting go of the things that you don't need, that are preventing you from recognizing what you do need. One of the things that happened a couple of weeks ago during Supernatural Saturday, a couple of weeks back, I said to somebody, I said during the presentation, go out and buy a 5 pound bag of carrots and juice that carrots up. Get the juice right out of the carrots, and then drink that 5 pounds of carrot juice down, and watch. Literally within 30 to 60 seconds, you're gonna feel a buzz, a rush of energy. It's gonna be amazing. And medically, they would say, "Oh, it's the beta carotene." No, it's the living life energy from the carrots. That's something your body needs. Your body needs life, right? And it needs it abundantly. Your body needs life and needs it abundantly. Are you doing those things? So let's take some questions about identifying what you are needed here for, how to find out what you're needed here for. Let's see where we go with this. Hi, Moonlight. Hi, Wei. Hi, Terry. Hi, Patricia. Nicole. Um, Lots of questions today. Hi, Susie. Melina, can he speak about souls and what happens to the soul of a person that is sick and dies during the sleep? Are they aware that they died? Do they go into the light, or they can somehow be blocked? Um, he's saying none of you can be blocked from the light that is infinite, eternal, and everywhere present. What you can become is unconscious to the light by getting attached to what you call darkness. Many of you believe that the physical form in which you exist is the you of you, but it is not. It's merely the instrument of you that you express through. If a body is sick and diseased, then the body is sick and diseased because there were certain things that occurred to it that caused that condition, that made that condition available for it. That condition can be changed. It can be changed instantly. It can also be changed over time. When a form and the individual in it, if the form ceases to function and the individual has not recognized who they are, they've gotten caught up so deeply in this world that they believe their identification of their awareness is of this world. So that when that blindfold is pulled off, your eyes are still closed because you keep looking to see through the blindfold. One who is in the process of transitioning from form to formless can be guided, can be deliberately guided to light, to the awareness of self beyond the form. And this can be done in one of two ways. One must be aware that the soul cannot hear when it is disconnected from the body. It cannot hear sound. Yeah, it cannot sensorially perceive the world once it leaves the body. It can hear your thoughts. If you can think to a soul, put thoughts, because thoughts are non-physical. They can become physical, but for the sake of a person who's making a transition, or a person who's in a coma, or a person who's unconscious, they're disconnected. When the body appears to be unconscious, it's usually because that soul is not in the form the same way. You know, when we do meditations in our courses and classes, a lot of people say, "Oh, I got 15 minutes to it, and I fell asleep." No, you didn't fall asleep. You merely left the reference point you normally use for who you think you are, and you moved into a non-physical state for which you don't have a reference point for in this physical body. So you come back and you think, "Oh, I fell asleep," but no, you didn't fall asleep. But the same thing's true when it comes to strokes and comas, or people are unconscious from an accident or a fall or anything. That the soul is not in the form the same way. But if you think to that soul very clearly, think to it, it can resonate, it can pick up thought waves in a non-physical state. At that point, when they perceive a thought wave, you give them a frame of reference. And I've experienced this a number of times in my life, where I've worked with stroke and coma patients, where you think out to them and they respond to it. They actually respond to it, which is where I began to form the foundations for we are not our bodies. We are these sentient beings that manifest through these forms. But sickness and disease are not our natural state of being. Our natural state of being is one of absolute vitality and light and love, and that requires certain things occur for the body, certain things occur in the mind, and certain things occur in the emotional field for those conditions to exist. But he says that's the simplest way we could put this to you. And you've been told many other times it's very simple. He says, as you thinketh, so it shall be. As you feeleth, so shall it be. What you eat, you shall become. I don't know why I said that, but it's cool. Good question, Melina. Um, yeah, I think he's addressed that question. Um, he's saying you're trying too hard, Moon. Saying you're trying too hard. You should be building this relationship with your heart and your soul. You are seeking that which you must become. Become that which you wish to seek, and you will find it. But if you try to seek it, you will not find it. Become it, and it will be with you. Become it. So I'll paraphrase that. Become a state of love. Become a being of love and light, and be in that, and allow that vibration to generate the material realm. Because whatever we feel, whatever we think, is creating these experiences that we call our life. At any point in time and space, what you're experiencing is a product of your thoughts, your emotions, and your actions combined, past or present. Most people are living from their past thoughts and their past emotions. They wake up and it's the same old day. They get out, they check their phone, they do the same stuff every day. The same stuff, different day. People who are alive and alert, they wake up and they're like, wow, I want to seize it. What's going to happen today? What's coming this day? I'm excited. Every day becomes like a birthday party for them. They're literally looking for the present, which is in the present. So you want to learn, fall in love with yourself, like really cultivate a deep, profound love and respect for your mind and your body. And then you'll start to attract that in your world. It's really a simple science. Master Jesus talked about, thousands of years ago, what you think. We've just added what you feel. What you think and feel equals your experience. And you can create different thoughts, and you can create new experiences by creating new feelings. If you create brand new feelings, like spend 10 minutes being in bliss every day. Find a place where you can just be in total bliss. And then watch what starts to change in your life, because all emotion becomes matter. All emotion becomes matter. Sunny, will I complete my major? Will I finish it? This is a fascinating thing. You complete what you believe you will complete, and you will not complete what you believe you will not complete. It is very simple. If you have a question in your mind about whether you will complete something, then we would suggest that you remove the doubt from your mind, the doubt from your heart, and envision the completion as if it is already done. And then work each moment being present, knowing it is done, that each moment of study, each moment of practice, it is done. It is done. It is done. Let's see. Yes. Hi, Nicole. How to deal with picking up the sadness and depression of a close relative. Each time I communicate, I feel so sad and depressed, even if I know it is not my sadness. I do grounding when I can. Well, he's just laughing. Why do you keep exposing yourself to someone who is this way? The only option you have is to increase your love to such an extent and to refuse to allow your love to be subdued, to refuse to allow yourself to be seduced by their sadness and depression, to always offer them a way to be more uplifted. And if they're so attached to their pain and suffering, if you keep offering them solutions, eventually they'll stop talking to you, or they will start to import your solutions into their life. But it's very simple. You must not let yourself get caught up in those energies, because you can. It's not their suppression and depression and sadness. It is yours that they're reminding you of, hidden in your own mind. For if you've cleared your own mind out, then someone can be suffering, and you will not get caught up in their suffering. You will offer a way to help them out of their suffering. That's the natural response of a being of true love and light. How to assist others out of that. How to teach them to not focus on it. Stop focusing on their pain. Tell them to stop focusing on their suffering. Tell them to stop focusing on their sadness. Eventually, they're either going to give up their sadness or they won't speak to you, which would be a good thing either way. I like that. Hi, Renati. Should I go out next weekend? I had a bad dream. Nicole, that's completely up to you. That bad dream is something you're holding onto in your subconscious mind. You can change energy. You are a divine creator being. You are a divine creator. Divine creator. Release that energy from you. Refuse to be subjective to that energy. And by all means, if you do not wish to go out, don't go out. If you have a feeling that you do not want to be there, then why would you go there? So there's two ways. There's many more ways that you can look at anything, but those are two. We prefer to suggest that you not go anywhere where you're not being served well, or where you cannot be appreciated, where you will not be well received. Hi, Betsy. I feel like I just sat in the front seat of a roller coaster and am both excited and terrified. Any guided advice? Well, what do you say about that? He's saying, let go of your fear and hold firmly to your heart your excitement. Hold firmly to your heart your excitement. If you are holding fear and excitement, well, you'll get a mixed experience. But hold to your excitement. Hold to your excitement. Cool. So we're about 2 minutes away from the daily meditation, and we do this every Saturday at noon and 12 p.m. and every other day of the week, noon, 12 a.m., 12 p.m. every day. I do it frequently in between as well. But we are in a process of raising up the consciousness of this planet, of re-injecting a vibrational frequency of love that will impact humanity in a profound way. We change matter, time, and space with what we're feeling. So this meditation is very simple. It's strictly for 30 to 60 seconds, where we go into a state of accessing in your own body what feels like a vibration or frequency of love to you, what that feeling of love is for you in your body. And then we're going to have you breathe and expand that feeling in your body, and expand that feeling out into the space of the room you're in, and expand that feeling out to surround the village or town, and eventually to surround the earth. It takes about 30, it might actually take about 2 minutes. But the process gets you to a place where you're vibrating and resonating a frequency of love as you understand it, as you feel it. Because my guardian angel John said every single human being on the planet knows from their perspective what love feels like to them. So when I ask you to access a feeling of love, access the feeling of love as you would understand it to be felt by you. And we're going to have you build on that feeling wherever it is in your body. And then you expand it out. And we're going to do that and send that energy out to the whole of humanity, the whole of the planet, to all life forms within the planetary system, to help balance and strengthen the electromagnetic field of the planet with a vibrational frequency of love is balance and harmony and bliss, whereas fear is chaos and imbalance and suffering. So we're going to get set up here now. So I want everybody, just make yourself comfortable. If you can, take a little sip of water before we start. And then take a slow, deep breath now, and breathe that breath, fill your lungs completely. And then exhale and release the tension from your body. And now as you breathe in this time, find or access a feeling of love as you understand it to be within you. Put all of your attention on that feeling of love. And as you exhale, imagine you can expand that feeling out to fill your entire body. And then taking another deep, slow breath. And as you do, expand that feeling to fill the space in the room around your body. As you exhale, expand that feeling out further to surround the building And as you inhale, expand that feeling out further to surround the village or town or city you're in. And as you exhale, imagine you can expand this feeling of love as you understand it to surround the entire planet and all that it contains. One more breath and intensify that feeling. Magnify that feeling with your next breath. And as you exhale, intensify it even more. And just feel that for a moment now. Just feel the vibration of love as you understand it, how it's changed. Feel the difference. Just through this simple breathing and focusing on that vibration of love. Now draw another breath in and intensify that vibration of love in your entire body. Let every cell in your body feel this vibration of love as you breathe in. As you exhale, relax into the body. Just feel the difference in the vibration in the cells of your body. And feel the difference in the space around your body. And very gently bring your awareness back to the present moment. But stay mindful of the vibration of that frequency that you've generated in your body at this time. Just feel it. Be present with it. It's a vibration that you've amplified and created. Remember that. We are creator beings. So, yes, so you can go to our group on Facebook if you want to become part of the movement of 1 billion strong, of doing this every day at 12 a.m., 12 p.m. And as often other times of the day you can, just remember to move into a state of love and radiate that out to the people, to the places you are, wherever you go. Allow that energy to be conscious and present. Become that which you are, which is love. Love is your true nature. It is our true nature. Fears of the physical form, and it's survival oriented. Where love is creation oriented. It's life oriented. Let's see here. Okay, go back to question and answer. It's an amazing thing. I got to talk a bit about. We in our courses and classes, you understand, you can learn to create conditions in your life. You can learn to communicate to these non-physical beings, and there are many of them now becoming physical. There are many ascended masters now that are coming into form right now as newborn babies. Some that are actually co-working with other individuals that are awake and aware, working with them as well. And you can learn to tap into that yourself. And we've been really excited to offer these courses and classes to people. These are intensive courses. They're not some 1 or 2 day thing. This is an intensive learning arc that you go over in a 3-week period where you learn to tap into your divine angels, your guides. And in that process, you learn how to ground, how to take care of your body, how to treat your mind differently, how to begin to sow the seeds of love into your paradigm, and then watch them manifest in the world around you. Because all thoughts and emotions become forms. Thoughts of themselves have very little power, but you put an emotion to a thought, you're going to create changes in your environment immediately. Just notice what you're feeling right now from that little short meditation. What changed in you, what you were able to do in that short time frame. It's amazing. We are divine beings, and this is just a small node of your consciousness that's needed here. You're needed here, or you wouldn't be here. That's right, Terry. Emotions are energy in motion. Hi, Betsy. Thank you so much. You're welcome. Hi, Mary. I'm not sure if it's Mary or Mari. Am I to work in the corporate world, or am I to go into a healing field? How do you know what I should do? How do I know? We're gonna, when they first told me this idea, we're gonna help you end a lot of conflicts in your mind. Get the word "or" out of your vocabulary, and put in its place the word "and." Do the corporate world and do healing. marry them in your mind, because when you're going, should I do this or should I do this, you're already creating conflict in your mind. Do this and this. The most successful and prosperous people on the planet don't do either ors, they do ands. They do and. So when it comes to that, and again, I get in what I do in my private practice, when people come for readings, that they always tell them that get rid of the word or and put in its place and. If you are meant to do one or the other specifically, it will become evident to you as you develop and cultivate a healthy dynamic with both of them. They're put before you for a reason. And in your heart, many of you know to reject one and accept the other doesn't work. It's and this and this and this and this. You will find just in thinking that thought, well, I can do this and this, the feeling of conflict diminishes significantly. And I know that's true from my own personal experience. I don't do or, I do and, right? Oh, you're welcome, Giovanna. Thank you for that. Thank you. Angie, can you ask my spirit guides what I can do to find out more precisely what I'm here for? I meditate, have given up meat, caffeine, and processed foods, and I'm trying to drink more water. Well, the water, remember, people will have problems going back to water for a variety of reasons. When your body's been artificially stimulated by caffeine and sugars, it's been conditioned to do that. Caffeine, alcohol and caffeine are big reasons people drink those two things, is because the body's dehydrated. It's not getting enough water. And like I said, I've drank a liter of water just prior to starting, and I'm going on to my second half of another liter right now, and it's only been like 45 minutes. So water, I had to retrain my body, because when I stopped the alcohol and I stopped the caffeine, the body didn't want. It was used to getting the stimulation, so I had to recondition it. So don't try to drink more water. Drink more water. You'll find what's right for you. But there's other things too. You might need to do a liver flush and a kidney cleanse. There's other things that would go with that as well. But don't try to drink more water. Just drink more water. You'll find a big difference, and clarity will come with that. As you get your body aligned, as you get yourself aligned to love, because that's really key. Emotion causes action. Remember that. Emotion causes actions. There is no emotion that can't be felt that will not cause an action. It can be sustained or restricted or suppressed. So if somebody's in front of me and they're calling me names or something, I might feel the energy of their upset. And I've got a choice to get caught up in that or not. If I get caught up in it, then I'm going to get caught up in it. We'll end up in a battle. That's what usually happens, right? One person says this, the other person says that, and it becomes a battle. Learn to master your emotions. Learn to master your emotions. You have a creative power. Even if somebody's yelling and screaming from you, fire trucks are going by, they don't disturb me. I don't let my peace of mind become determined by the world around me, and neither should any of us, right? These beings do not get caught up in garbage like that. And that's what they call it, is garbage. When you're focused on pain and fear and sadness, yeah, some of those things are real, but there's ways you can learn to deal with them very differently. Instead of from that level, deal with them from a higher level, which is love. And be patient. You'll get there. Oh, you're welcome. So Angie, as you start to get more clear, ask to be shown. Like literally go inside. Access a vibration of love. You can use the meditation that we did earlier in this, that just go into that feeling of love for you and ask that feeling to show you what you need to do. Ask it to represent itself in the world around you. Ask that feeling of love to represent itself to you. And then start paying attention. Because once you start asking that energy to show up for you a certain way, it will. Most people focus on their pain and their fear and their suffering, and then you have events happen in life, their pain, their fear, and their suffering. Now they believe their pain and fear and suffering is more, it's out there. It's caused by that out there, but it's not. It all starts within. So yeah, really get to that place of asking the love, that vibration that you call love inside yourself, to reveal to you what it is you need to do in alignment with it while in this physical dimension. And it'll show itself up. It'll start showing itself up pretty quickly. Love loves to be loved. Love loves to be loved. And when you love the love within you, it grows and expands. I know a bunch of you just experienced that a few minutes ago. The minute you focus on that vibration, you change it. You can focus on that angry person. You can focus on that depressed person and get caught up in it or not. The choice is yours. You can just extend love. Yes, yes. Good, very good. Yeah, we do a lot, Christine. We do a lot of meditation in the courses and classes. They've really had to step that up this year because they said that's the quickest way to get people into their soul awareness and out of their body mind awareness is through meditation. Giovanna, do you have anything for Giovanna? She's saying to tell this dear one that she needs to be more gentle. She needs to be more gentle in her movements, in her gestures, in her speech. Do not confuse being gentle with being submissive. You must be gentle but not submissive. He's saying that your gentleness will reveal to you that which you've been seeking, that which you will not vocalize to us, but we know that you are seeking it. But you will find it through the gentleness of your being, not through the other process. Wonderful. Thank you, Mary. Rachel. Any advice on this? Again, comes back to feeling. Every feeling becomes a form. The lack of money, the abundance of money, they're all intimately connected to what a person is feeling. Emotion is connected to matter directly. Matter exists because of emotional energy. You know, when my guardian angel John told me that emotion is the fifth state of energy. It is what humans can direct. They take the formless into form and manifest it. And it's what all of you do. It's what all of you do. Thank you, John. And so understand that principle. If you understand that principle, then you become far more mindful about how to monitor and regulate and choose your emotions wisely and not get caught up in the emotional paradigms of other people that are unsupportive of a condition or state of love that you'd like to experience your life as. Way to answer that question, Judas never betrayed Master Jesus. Judas never betrayed Master Jesus. That is how the authorities wanted the system to be portrayed at that time. The system of love that was being generated at that time was a threat to the existing social order, those that were controlling your civilization then, who still control it today. And they felt it to their advantage to pit the people that were responsible for bringing this new philosophy that would liberate people to be free. So they made them seem conflicted from within. And they've represented that for many years. It's why so many of you are conflicted about what religious orders are all about, because there's great falsity in them about what the founders actually did and said. But there was no betrayal where love is present. Remember this. There is no betrayal where love is present. There's only betrayal present where fear is there. And love was feared. Love was feared by the established order, for love respects all that is. Fear does not. Wow. That's a great question, Wei. Thank you for asking. I needed to know that. Terry. Terry, you have a message for Terry. Yes, study and learn more about who you are and who you are not, and change who you are not into who you are. This is a learning process that you must do inside to correct this so that it is in harmony with who you are and what you are being. No, there's so much available to us on the planet today, like for all of us, to be able to transform and change our lives. Uh, there's so many courses and classes you can take out there that will lead you on that process. I would recommend that you come and look at our courses and classes. And these are intensive learning processes where you get to connect your guides and your angels. You learn how to ground. There's just certain things you need to learn in order to change your life. A lot of people are waiting for change to happen for them or to them, rather than realizing that they can change within themselves, and then change happens for them. And in reality, change is happening to us all the time for us. We get into thoughts and emotions that are negative and destructive, and we then start having experiences in the world that are negative and destructive, and we think the world is causing what we're feeling. But no, what we're feeling is causing the world. And when you've learned to master that, then those things don't show up around you. Literally, I walked by somebody a week ago. When you change who you are, the world won't recognize you. The old world will not see you. I literally walk by people that I used to be really close to many years ago. They won't even recognize me on the streets because I'm a very different being than I was back then. And when you change your energy, people and events and circumstances will start to show up differently. But you have to know the process. We go into great detail about what that process is, how to alter your emotional paradigm, how to alter your thoughts, how to get into higher levels of sensitivity and awareness. You've got a wealth of literally millions of beings, the knowledge and wisdom of millions of beings available to you that are non-physical beings. And you have, in this physical dimension, they tell me that we have also millions of knowledge and access of millions of people's experience in this physical dimension with technology now. We can access the experiences of literally, billions now, actually. Billions. So on many levels that exists. So you just have to reset your internal emotional state to match that which you want to see in the world as your experience. Yes, it is. It is chakra. It is. It is. It is. That's in part. The other element of that is they're saying, I don't know who they are, but they're saying, tell her to drink more water and more greens. They're saying, eat more living food. You need to eat more living food and drink more water. They're saying that's really important for you right now. Yes, and you are changing your DNA. Remember, every time you think a thought, you are affecting your DNA. You can study the science of epigenetics. Every emotion, every thought is a signal, an electrical impulse that goes into and instructs the body, the molecules of your body into what that energy is telling it to be. So you want to get into, we can literally realign our DNA to that crystalline vibration that you're talking about, which is a high frequency of love. That's what it basically is. It's just about high frequency of love. And if you access that emotionally every day and put that into the cells of your body, your life will become an expression of love, and a world around you will become a manifestation of that. Just as the world around you right now is a manifestation of what you're experiencing. Will she be moving to Indiana? He's saying, that's up to you, dear one. Do you not understand the power of your will? But we would recommend that you move from a state of joy, that you go forward with joy, not uncertainty. For if you go with uncertainty, certainly you shall meet that there as well. Isn't that the truth? Angie, that's a really good question. And you can look at that from an actual physical reality. Master Jesus never told anybody to eat his physical body or to eat or drink his blood. These were metaphors for connecting to spirit, the blood of life, the blood of love, which is the energy. It's not a physical body or physical blood. That from my perspective, from my personal opinion, is that to me, why would I want to eat anybody's body? Why would anybody suggest that to me? When I asked Master Jesus about that, he very clearly states, no, that's not what I meant. I meant to connect to the spirit, connect to the source that is your life blood, not physical blood, your life blood, which is emotional energy. Emotional energy is our life blood. And you want to connect to that energy, but it's not blood of the body. Don't make that mistake. It's not the blood of your body or the flesh of his body. It's the life of the spirit, the body of the spirit, embodying the spirit within you. Important to understand. There's so many twists and turns to the great wisdom that was brought forth by these ascended masters, manipulated and controlled by those that could control it at the time. And they literally did. They spent 300 years, murdering many of the Christian followers. And most religions have done that. They purge from within, and then they take it over. And unfortunately, it doesn't do what it originally did. But fortunately, the truths, the essential truths of I am here to bring you love has stayed intact through all these great masters, right? You can't get rid of an idea. You can only get rid of a physical body, but not the idea. Hi, Victorious. Yes, divine order. 444, 44s. I get that a lot too. Divine order is 4s for me. Always indicates divine order to me. And I know something, I'm in order. Things are happening in an order for me. You're welcome, Chakra. Hi, everyone. Hi, Marie. Wonderful. 1222. Thank you, everyone, for these great questions. I'm learning a lot from all of this. That's good. Yes. Yes, that's what we are here. We're here to inspire, uplift, and empower others to be liberated. That's what we're here to do, to bring about a paradigm of love. At least that's what I'm here to do. You can choose to do what you will. But understand that what you feel is creating a reality. Whatever emotions you've got is creating the existing reality that you find yourself that you call your life right now. It's not a product of your life is not a product of the environment. The environment is a product of your life. When you learn to make that flip internally, and you start to realize that my thoughts and feelings are generating a movement of electrical energy through my body that causes emotion and electrons and molecules that radiates out from my body and then begins to interact with other particles and molecules around it. And that begins to organize the space around that. So if you're in a state of joy, your body is literally being organized into a state of joy. All the molecules, you start smiling on your face, you want to dance or whatever. Same with depression or anger. It's a state of energy that causes certain change in matter. And so when you can hold on to a state that's uplifting and inspiring and empowering, you begin to actually affect the world around you to take that template on. And the stronger your vibration is, and this goes back to what was somebody asked a question earlier about how do I deal with a family member who's depressed and sad all the time? Move yourself into such a high state of energy and just don't allow yourself to go down their level and just constantly bring them up. Like, oh, well, it's going to improve. Things will get better. And of course, they'll try to fight you and resist you. I mean, I got people that are very close to me. I got like 12 other siblings. And, some of them can be pretty, they fight amongst each other. I just don't get it. I say, oh, you guys will work it out. It'll be perfect. No worries. I know you guys. It's always worked out. And they don't call me anymore because I don't support or don't get into he said, she said, this thing. Just nonsense, right? Don't get into that stuff. So they don't call me anymore because they're not going to get me to agree with their conspiracy of sadness and pain and suffering. That's not what I'm here about. And neither should you be. You should be here on a conspiracy of love. A conspiracy of love. I like that. Wonderful. So I think that's what we have for today. But if anybody's got any questions about the courses or classes, let me tell you a few things. We've got a group starting on February the 22nd of this. That'll be next Saturday. A Mediumship 101 beginners course starting next Saturday. You can register or get all the information about the course or class on my website, williammichaelforbes.com. And we'd love to have you. There's just so much you can learn in a short time frame. You can literally erase, lifetimes of energy out of your DNA, because we store up to 12 generations of mentally acquired and emotionally acquired information in our DNA. You can go back as far as 12 generations. In the Bible, it said, "Yet the sins of the father and mother shall be visited upon the sons and daughters for 3 and 4 generations." But it's much more than that. And you can actually remove that energy once you learn how to go inside and make the corrections. Plus, you learn simple things like how to ground, why to ground. We have a food program where you get a chance to incorporate a new paradigm of eating into you. And it's an amazing thing when you start putting living food in your body and start getting rid of dead, devitalized food. You know, eating animals that have faces is not a very polite thing to do. Would you eat your children? It's really not much different eating things with faces. So you want to learn to really honor and respect yourself. We have a step-by-step process where we walk you through the simple foundational steps. And once you have that foundation in place, you can create. But you cannot create from what you remember. You will not create anything new in your life from what you remember. You'll only create something new from your life when you create something new from your life, when you go into that which is unknown. So I invite you to come out, join us for these courses and classes, change your life, change it rapidly. Don't spend years wondering how to do it. Come and learn to do it. It's an amazing thing. Go and register for the courses and change your life. Don't wait. You're going to be exposed to knowledge and information and some beautiful beings that we have working with us in the courses that will literally change your life. They will take you up to where you need to be. So step forward. Really, go to my website, look at the courses that are available there, and get involved in changing your life. It does not have to be a difficult process. It was never intended to be a difficult process. It was meant to be a really simple and easy thing to do. Let's see here. Right. Jamie, we love animals. No, we have a beautiful dog. And take your hands and put them over the cat and move out of worry, move into a state of love, move away from the fear and the concern into a state of love, and allow that energy to go into the kitty cat. That's what Jesus heals with. He heals with love, pure energy, pure love of perfection. Love, the vibration of love, produces certain effects in matter. The vibration of fear produces certain effects in matter. And I don't know how old Patches is, but I do know the power of love. And we are only here because we are needed. And every single life form on this planet is here because it is needed, right? And when it's not needed, it moves on. When the leaves in the tree are done for the season, they fall off and they go into the ground, they get recirculated back in the system. I mean, it's really obvious that we don't die. We just transform and transmute from one state to another. But yeah, do that with your kitty. Like, move into a state of love, release all the fear or anxiety, and just be in a state of love and gratefulness with your kitty. And Patches, you'll tell by the way that your cat will look at you that it's receiving that. But make certain you don't go from a place of fear or concern. Come from a place of love, a deep, deep love, as deep as you can go and express and experience. And just be present in that for a while. And let us know what comes up for you. Oh, you're welcome, Betsy. Well, with that type of heart palpitation, those can be ascension energies that are directly. Meditate on the sun, Renati. Like, go inside and connect your heart to the sun. Literally, like, connect to the energy of the sun. The sun that sits up in the sky is a living being. Okay, it's transmitting life and light to us. Right. It's why the ancients worship the sun. I don't believe in worship. I believe in connecting to it. So you want to connect to that. Especially when you feel your heart going into palpitations. It also could be to palpitations. You could be low on copper. If you're low on copper, because copper, your body, remember, the heart is an electrical instrument. It requires a certain amount of electricity, and if the circuitry is not, if it's not getting enough electricity, there's going to be problems. So I would increase your copper intake. I do about 5 milligrams every day for copper, and it keeps the conductivity. Proper water. If you're not hydrated properly, that can cause an imbalance in the electrical flow from the body. If you think about the body as an electrical instrument, It changes what you'll think about it, and what you can put into it. Water's one of the best conductors of electricity. But so is copper, and so is iron. So also check your iron levels. Again, I'm not a medical professional. I'm talking purely from my own personal experience, because I used to have heart palpitations. I got family members that have heart murmurs and stuff like that. I used to have that too. It's gone, right? It's just got to be electrically reset. So iron, copper, anything that's a good conductor of electricity, you want to get a proper amount in your body so that it has that electrical conductivity working properly through it. And the other side of that, they're saying on the other side of that, listen to your heart. What is it telling you? Listen to your heart and listen carefully and find out what it has to tell you. And I think that's a perfect place for us to end today. I've been truly, it's truly grateful that you guys, you're welcome. Yeah. It's been a great time to be with you guys. I want to thank Sanat, Kumara, and my guardian angel John and Master Jesus for stopping by to answer your questions. And I thank you for your questions. Thank you for your participation. It's an amazing thing. So I'll look forward to seeing you again next week. And again, I don't know who's going to be there until we get there, because we live in the present moment. So much love, everybody. Take care. Bye for now.